One person has died in this incident. 3 others are injured in the crash. 5 fire tenders have been rushed to the spot and search and rescue operations are currently underway. The cause of the crash is still unknown. Well, Urvashi Khona has filed this ground report from the area.
A helicopter crash that took place in Mumbai at around about 12:15 p.m. At Filterpada near Powai area. We see that how, as of now, the whole fire that that was ignited over here has been doused by fire officials. Police officials and fire officials are at the spot. Yet technical team for evidences and related work is expected to reach the spot as soon as possible. In the whole incident, if we see and talk about 4 are injured, out of which 3 are gents and 1 is ladies. This particular whole area is in Aarey Colony area, Filterpada near Powai area. The crowd that has assembled, near about, we see police officials are trying to disperse the crowd. 4 injured have been taken to Seven Hills Hospital from here, which is nearby from here. And we've seen that it was with the help of the localites out there. They have saved the victims of the helicopter crash that is there. We can very clearly see that how this particular whole helicopter that is seen, it is completely crashed, and the tail portion is what we can see, and on which fire brigade officials are as of now working to know the cause of the whole incident. From Mumbai, with video journalist Shubroto, this is Urvashi Khona for NewsX.
सचिन विजय गुरव जेव्हा हेलिकॉप्टर खाली उतरत होते आम्ही मैदानामध्ये पुरपुरा उभे होतो. आज संडे असल्यामुळे तर मुलं म्हणतात की हेलिकॉप्टर आपल्या इथे उतरते. तर बोलले येडे आहे का तुम्ही, आपल्या इथे हेलिकॉप्टर उतरायला काही जागाच नाही. त्याच्यानंतर आम्ही मजाक करता करता हेलिकॉप्टर धूर यायला लागला. तर आम्ही लोक धावून आलो. तोपर्यंत इथे माझे मित्र हे इथेच जात होते बांगोड्यामध्ये. त्यांनी बघितलं की ही आपली एक मित्रांची झोपडी आहे, ज्यांची इथे जागा आहे ती. ते त्यांनी तोपर्यंत हेलिकॉप्टर पडलेलं होतं खाली, तुकडे झाले होते त्याचे. तोपर्यंत आम्ही तिकडून धावत आलो सर्व लोक. धावत येऊन तर आम्ही त्या मुलाला काही एक लेडीज आहे त्याच्यामध्ये आणि 3 जेंट्स आहे. तर त्यांना आम्ही वाचवण्यासाठी मग पुढे गेलो. आग तर ऑलरेडी लागली होती पाठवून. मग त्यांनी जास्त मदत केली त्यासाठी. मी तर फक्त खेचायची काम केले त्यांना.
स्थानिकांची मदत झाली हे महत्वाचं. इन्सिडेंट झाला
कारण याच्यामध्ये पोलीस नव्हते ना, पोलीस नाही, फायर ब्रिगेड कोणी. आम्ही त्यांना म्हणजे त्यांना चादरीमध्ये गोंडाळून त्यांना सेवन हॉस्पिटलमध्ये आता पोहोचवलेलं आहे माझ्या मित्रांनी. आम्ही इथेच होतो सहकार्य करायला. आणखी काय आम्ही देत. आणि मला एक डायरी भेटलेली आहे त्याच्यामधून. मी डायरी ऑलरेडी पोलिसांच्या समाधान केलेलं आहे.
डिटेल म्हणजे केव्हा उडान गेला, केव्हा काय, असं पूर्ण डिटेल त्याच्यामध्ये असते. बोला आप क्या बताएंगे? आप मौका जब ये वारदात हुई थी तो आप यहीं पे थे, आपने क्या देखा?
नहीं, मैं एक्चुअली उधर से आया था, वहां से आया था. फिर मेरे को लगा ये झोपड़ा जल रहा करके. तो जब भी मैं बोला ठीक है, जब भी मेरे को लगा झोपड़ा जल रहा था, मेरे को लगा इधर जो गेदी में रखता ना, उन लोग का झोपड़ा जलता करके. तो वो लोग दान मिल रहता ना, उसके लिए कुछ बचा नहीं थे. लेकिन वहां से जब भी बाउंड्री बाहर करने आया ना, जब भी मेरे को बचा 2 जन का आवाज आ रहा. अरे आदमी अंदर चल रहा, तुम लोग क्या देख के तुम लोग तमाशा देख रहे हो. फिर मैं जा रहा अंदर करके, मैं डायरेक्ट ये तो गया. लेकिन मैं आएगा फटाफट पानी मारते जाओ. मैं जब अंदर घुसा, मैं फटाफट उन लोग का बेल्ट काटा, पूरा भी काटा. मेरा हाथ में लगा, पूरा पीठ भी जो है ना वो भी खींचा हुआ था. फिर बोला ठीक है, मेरे को लगा नहीं तो इन लोग को बचाओ. इन लोग बोला मैं जैसे देखता जाएगा तुम लोग पूरा मेरा पीछे लग के मदद कर जाओ. उसके लिए पूरा डेयरिंग किया, लेकिन एक बचा, लेकिन एक नहीं बचा सकते.
आपका नाम और आप यहाँ ही रहते हैं?
हाँ, मैं रहता हूँ 22 नंबर में. मेरा नाम पल्ली मुत्तू, मेरा लड़के का नाम सेवक छोटा.
Urvashi Khona joins us with further details on this story. Urvashi, what is the latest you're learning, you're able to get us from that spot of the crash? What's the latest update?
Well, we just had word with one of the eyewitness, the advocate, Shri Bad, the person who just called very first police officials after seeing the unusual landing of helicopter. He called first, police officials out there. He said that, this particular whole Aarey Colony area is a forest area. the police Navy pilot found it better to come out and land in this area. As of now, what we get to know is one person dead out of four. Yet it's who the primary information is not out. But then certainly we see one person is dead as of now is what we confirm.
Right, and Urvashi, of course, as you know, are you able to get us now the cause of the crash, the reason? Has that been able to be ascertained?
Well, cause of the crash is yet not known. If we see and talk about the technical officials out there, they are expected to reach the spot anytime soon. We see that this particular area is all surrounded by, on the outer side of the forest area, we see the slums. So there's a lot of mob that has gathered around. Police officials are trying to disperse the mob. At the same time, technical departmental hospital, one is dead is what we get to know. Among the four injured, three were gents, one was lady. This whole plane, if we talk, this whole helicopter, if we talk about, yet the causes are uncertain, which the technical and the expert team may come out with some or other answer.
Right, it was, we believe, a Robinson R-44 chopper. Urvashi, do we know who the owner was? Was it an official trip, leisure trip? What was it?
Well, if you see, and yes, you're right. That is what we get to know about, Robinson chopper. Well, that is what is also seen on some parts that is, somewhere visible. Otherwise, almost half of the helicopter has, turned into the ashes. And if we talk about the owner, it is yet unknown. Police officers, the seniors out there, they all are reaching the spot. And maybe we may get to know after a while more detail about it.
All right, we're getting further information now that unfortunately 2 people have died now in this incident. Remember, the injured were immediately rushed to hospital. One death was confirmed earlier. We're learning now that the second person has also passed away. A second death has also been confirmed. Meanwhile, more inputs from on ground coming in.
कि यहाँ हमारे बच्चे क्रिकेट खेल रहे थे और कुछ पब्लिक क्रिकेट देख रही थी। ये हेलीकॉप्टर बिहार लेक के तरफ से आया, आराम से आया, क्योंकि अक्सर यहाँ हेलीकॉप्टर आते रहते। तो हम लोग बोले कि ठीक है आ रहा है। तो यहाँ आने तक कि उसने 4 पलटी खाया, और जब 4 पलटी खाया तो पब्लिक समझ गई कि ये सब क्रिकेट खेलने वाले बच्चे साइड में हो गए। तो जब चौथी पलटी खाया और जब सीधा हुआ तो डायरेक्ट यहाँ आके गिरा, और जैसा ही गिरा वैसे ही आग लगी। तो पूरी पब्लिक हम लोग की क्रिकेट वाले जो थे लड़के भाग के आए। टोटल 3 जेंट्स थे, एक लेडी थी। लेडी तो समझ लो कि 80% जल चुकी।
This particular whole area is, in Aarey Colony area, Filterpara near Powai area. The crowd that has assembled, near about, we see police officials are trying to disperse the crowd. 4 injured have been taken to Seven Hills Hospital from here, which is nearby from here. And we've seen that it was with the help of the localites out there. They have saved the victims of the helicopter crash that is there. We can very clearly see that how this particular whole helicopter that is seen, it is completely crashed, and the tail portion is what we can see, and on which fire brigade officials are as of now working to know the cause of the whole incident. From Mumbai, video journalist Shubroto, this is Urvashi Khona for NewsX.
Urvashi is in fact still on the phone line with us. Urvashi, we're learning now that 2 people have unfortunately lost their life in this incident.
2 people have been, lost their lives is what we get to know, confirm. It's pilot Praful Kumar and lady passenger Bindra Modi. These 2 people are dead. And we see that Ritesh Kumar, one more person who was with them, is serious as of now. If you see and talk about, this was Robinson R-44, helicopter. What primary info that we get was this particular whole Pavan Hunt helicopter was made in 1992 and was later on sold to private company Aman Aviation, which used it for joyride
after repairing. Now, that's the kind of, basic info that we are getting as of now. 2 are dead and 2 are, injured among them.
Right.
One is very serious.
Okay, stay with us, Urvashi. We have Denzel Keeler, aviation expert, joining us now on NewsX. Sir, your first reaction to this unfortunate incident being reported from Mumbai.
Can I speak?
Yeah.
This is an old helicopter, almost 20 years, and it has not been very much in service in our country. And in this case, obviously there must have been a technical failure, which means that some problem, the helicopter had developed some trouble. Now, there is a question about its airworthiness. Aircraft, irrespective of its age, has to be airworthy before flying. And once it is certified that it's airworthy, it is also recertified by the DGC and cleared. First, you have to check with this aircraft, was it serviceable or not, was it authorized, was it licensed correctly, and then you can move on to any other possibility. So in this case, I'm sure that the DGC is already activated and the documents of the sector are being checked, and we shall see what happens when the time comes.
All right. We leave it there. Mr. Keeler, thank you for joining us with your perspective there. Mohammed Saleh, meanwhile, is joining us from the newsroom with further details. Mohammed, what do you have for us?
Absolutely. Now, this is an important bit of information that's come in. You know, a lot of people are now asking questions about the airworthiness of this aircraft. This, of course, was manufactured in the year 1992. If we can get the graphics up of the specifications of this particular aircraft that we've got in this case, which crashed roughly at about 12:30 earlier in the afternoon. Now, what is being reported, Uday, is that 2 people have died. That is the latest that we've got. And if we can just get the graphic up on the screens here, this aircraft has specifications, and it is being said it was some kind of a mechanical failure that actually led to the crash of this aircraft. Now, there were 4 people on board. That was the maximum capacity. It is a 4-seater, including the pilot. And what we are told is that there were 2 women and 2 gents, including the pilot, who were on board. Now, this is there's a bit of a problem, of course. So this is the helicopter that we are looking at. The model number is, of course, a Robinson R44 Astra. This was manufactured in the year 1992. If you can get the next slide out, this was manufactured in the year 1992. The next slide onwards. It was first owned by a certain individual by name Pawan Hans, and subsequently it was sold to Aman Aviation. So this is what is being said. Now, Aman Aviation was using it for commercial purposes so that people can actually rent it out to go on joyrides. So this was something that used to happen on a regular basis, and that is what the purpose of this helicopter was. There were a number of people who used to be taken out on joyrides on a regular basis. Now, it is being said that there was some kind of a failure in terms of clutch assembly with respect to the air traffic control. What is being said is that it was some kind of a mechanical failure that led to the crash. We can get some of the other specifications of the aircraft. What is being said is this may perhaps be a case where either there was not enough maintenance, and secondly, was this aircraft even airworthy to be flown around? These are the questions that are being asked there, and that perhaps is what Aman Aviation will now have to answer for. And the bigger question, of course, is there are a number of these choppers that are used just for joyrides. People who want to go probably spend a Sunday morning or an afternoon in this kind of a joyride, and it is they who will have to look at whether these kind of choppers are actually safe to go on a joyride for.
But thankfully, Mohammed Saleh, the fact is that the crash took place in a forested area. If it happened in a residential area, it could have been far worse.
Been an absolutely a big catastrophe if it had happened in a residential area. This chopper can actually fly at speeds of about 260 kilometers per hour. That is the top speed. At cruising speed, this chopper can go up to 200 kilometers per hour. Although it is a small machine, the fact of the matter is, if it had crashed in a densely populated area, then the number of casualties in this case would have been much, much more bigger. What we are being told is that there was some kind of a technical failure. The chopper was flying at a low altitude is what is being reported, which is when it is reported to have developed this technical snag, which made it come crashing down. But people going on joyrides in a chopper is not unusual. This is not a kind of a commercial chopper that is used for commuting from one place to another. This is essentially a joyride where the chopper just takes off, goes around to us in a certain limited area and then comes back. That is what it was being used for. It was very lucky that it has crashed in some kind of a forested area, and that is the reason why only one person has died. 2 people have died so far. The other 2 people are said to be in a pretty serious condition as well, and they've been taken to a hospital. More details are of course waited as to what their condition is presently like. But this of course brings the question whether these kind of aircraft that are being used, whether these kind of choppers, these are low-cost choppers which can be hired out fairly easily. How safe are they actually? Because a lot of people, who are familiar with this industry, they say, look, this is a recipe for disaster because maintenance of these choppers is extremely expensive, and the profit margins which these operators actually operate, between 24 years since it was manufactured, it has changed hands a couple of times. So was it even airworthy to have even taken to air is the big question today.
All right, we leave it there. Mohammed Saleh, thank you for joining us with those details. All right, some